Oh no, Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess. Ich nehme jetzt mal was
You're
anderes
on
am
a
Anfang.
path in the woods, and at the end you're here to slay her.
Also wir kennen das schon. Ich überspringe das jetzt mal ein bisschen. The end of the world. What are you talking
I'm
about?
talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her. Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Genau, wir alle setzen auf mich. Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that.
Aber der Skeleton Knight hat was anderes gesagt.
It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
Ah, okay.
Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
The Egg of a Better World, oder? Oder wie? Ich weiß nicht mehr genau, wie der hieß, aber... do you have any evidences to back this up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad.
Oh, if only that were the case, but I don't make the rules. I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far, but unfortunately for the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off. Like I said, I don't make the rules, no matter how much I wish I did.
Okay. Look, I go to the cabin and I talk to her, and if she's a bad, maybe I slay her, but I'm not committing.
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Okay. That's good for me. Okay, I'm sold. Let's get over with this.
As long as you remain focused on your goal, it should all be smooth sailing. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will...
Okay, don't believe a word.
Right? She's a prince. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's...
Wir gehen rein.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
You don't say.
The door to the basement creaked. Her voice carried.
Who's there?
She sounds... Don't let it fool you.
Komm, wir gehen mal
Good.
wieder
Still
einfach
listening to reason.
runter.
You walk
Reasonable.
down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist. She's so cold. Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
We're a calm and reasonable person. Darum stealen wir jetzt unsere Nerves und gehen einfach vorwärts.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tight.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation.
Ich finde diesen Ausdruck von ihr so gut.
You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill?
It's like she's convinced. Yes, but it's over, isn't it? She stopped, but is it over?
Really? Oh, of course. No. Of course it is,
Yes,
she said.
Exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease. But that day isn't today. Let's just
Leave.
You open the cabin door, ready to return. Only a world saved. What happened? Everyone is fine.
Okay. That's bullshit. Let me out here. Is that my price? This sucks. Thank you so much.
This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No. This is the beginning of eternity. Your reward.
Haben wir das Ende getötet oder was?
This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't... Hey.
Didn't you hear the narrator? I'm happy. Do you have any idea how to get us the heck out of
I
here?
do, but you're probably not going to like it. The blade. We can use the blade to get out of I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear here. He's right. It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end.
So wundervoll ist es hier jetzt auch
Do
nicht.
you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare.
But, kill us? Wouldn't we be dead?
How astute. You are absolutely correct. Using the blade to kill yourself would kill you, and you shouldn't do it.
Das finde ich gut. Finde ich gut.
In a sense, we die, but looking at things from another angle, are we even really alive anymore? This place, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's just the same thing, constantly, forever. I know this is out there, but trust me, I know using the blade will work. That little voice didn't want you to slay the princess. It didn't want you to be happy.
You're right about this. Upset if we die. Around nothing for a little while longer.
Thank you. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate?
Was ist ein Ingrate?
Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs. The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it. You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die. The end. Nice knowing you.
Oh, chapter 2, the Spectre.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Die Hintergrundmusik hat sich geändert, ne? Zumindest ein bisschen abgewandelt. Interessant.
You're here to slay her.
Oh, you bastard, you're in for it now. I'm wise to the trick.
A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. That's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her last time. We'll just do it again.
What's the code?
Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened before, at least your heart's in the right place.
How the thing is, it just
It
happened.
hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. Like I said, we've just met for the first time, you and I.
And all of this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing
Those are two
anything?
very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. Oh, we listened to you plenty. We slew the princess just like you asked us to, and then you locked us away in an empty void for eternity. So we slew ourselves too. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We slew the princess, the world outside the cabin disappeared, we died, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left? It doesn't matter, because we didn't fail to slay her. And if she's really back, which I doubt, it'll be just as easy to do it again. But after that nasty trick you pulled on us, maybe she's not the only one around here in need of slaying. Just stay focused, will you?
Let's talk about this princess. Proceed to the cabin. Yeah, turn around and leave.
Do you think there's something else out there? Alright. Let's see what we can find. It's bound to be more interesting than doing the same thing over again. Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Da ist ein Pfad, oder? Ja. Go to the cabin. Nice. Yes, I definitely know where I'm going. Yeah, this is where I'm not going. Away from the cabin. Machen wir so.
I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Ja, wenn der Held halt sagt, er geht in die andere Richtung, dann sagt der Narrator halt, oh, irgendwie kommst du dann plötzlich doch beim Cabin raus.
Oh, how quaint. He really wants us to go in there, doesn't he?
Turn around again and leave.
Really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me? You're supposed to wind up back at the cabin again. But everything is getting fuzzy. What's going on? Where are we? I don't know. But it feels like home.
The world around you is unwound or unwound. It's physical matter replaced by texture nothingness. It's is quiet. There are distant rumbling, a sound of many sounds. Undulations pulse louder as something other comes close. Feelers probe across the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You're no longer alone. Resistance. Fingers drag claws across the glass surface of your soul. Frustration. This vessel is full of you. I need something empty I can crawl inside of. I need something shaped like me. This is a nightmare. Embrace the thoughts constricting you. Urgency. You have a story you need to finish. It is the only way for us to escape the place. Force pushing against your will. No, you cannot go back. Not there. Regret. This world is broke, beyond repair. We must weave something new. The raging finger. There is only so much thread in this place. Do not waste it. I am our only salvation.